What's up guys, my name is Swayflow and today I'm going to show you how you can get crazy 808s with just one plugin. This is Vortex. Vortex captures the essence of legendary analog saturation to add the punch that your 808 needs, all within a simple, user-friendly plugin designed specifically for 808 processing and design. Now, Vortex is composed of 4 saturation modes, each designed for a different mixing outcome. So for example, the first one we have Electric, which is an aggressive, bright sound. Next up, we got Fire, which is a warm, thick sound. This mode is my favorite mode to add that extra punch in your 808s. Next up, we got Radiation, which adds a edgy, rubbery type sound to your 808s. And lastly, we got Ultraviolet, which is an extreme metallic type sound that adds to your 808s, especially if you want those unique and weird sounding 808s. So how do the modes in Vortex exactly work? Starting with the electric mode, based on the pento tube, this mode will give you lots of odd order harmonics and an aggressive bright sound on the low end of your 808s. The fire mode is inspired by a warmer valve sound with an even order harmonics, great for mixing 808s, great for making 808s sound full and thick, or you can even use it on a drum bus to achieve that loudness without overwhelming harshness. Next up, we got Radiation, a mode inspired by classic high-end audio gear. It adds symmetrical clipping, emphasizing sharp, clear tones with odd order harmonics, which essentially means it's perfect for giving dull bass lines that extra grit and brightness that it needs. And lastly, we got Ultraviolet, which is a more intensive mode that uses wave shaping to create metallic type sounds and tones. It's especially useful when used with the filtering and mix knob. You can end up with some pretty heavy sounding 808s with this mode here. And of course, the main important aspect of the whole plugin is these 3 knobs down here: the color, the filter, and the mix. You can easily dial in the perfect 808 using these knobs right here. So I got this 808 right here called Trial, and I really want you guys to listen to the difference with the plugin on and off. And so I'm gonna go to the factory preset and choose Cosmic. I really like this preset here. And first I'm gonna play the 808 without the plugin. Now I'm gonna enable Vortex and just listen to the difference. And this is one beat that I made using the Cosmic preset on my 808. And this is with it off again. You hear that? Now, what I especially love about Vortex is the fact that you can take the same 808 and tweak it in so many different ways, where you can end up with so many different 808s with just using one sound. You can create many different 808s. So we're going to take the same 808 that you just heard, the Trial 808, and instead of picking a preset, we're going to tweak this preset by using these knobs down here. Now this, like I said, is the magic of the whole plugin, because that's where the true power of this plugin comes into play. So we're just going to end up tweaking this and see what we can come up with. You hear that? That's already a different 808. And simply by just moving this filter knob here, you already have a different 808. It has different harmonics. Even changing the color here. Look at that. You can definitely create some unique sounding 808s with just this plugin alone. And this is the first preset that we started with. And now we have the second 808 that we created with just tweaking the mix, filter, and color knob. So with this, you can already imagine the different types of 808s that you can create, the different types of 808s that you can come up with, and essentially create these other versions of that 808, whether it can be different genres of that 808 or different variants. You can definitely see the potential of this plugin with the way that you can transform one 808 into something entirely new. So now what I'm going to show you is a sweet spot to get that hard knocking 808s, kind of like the spins within Vortex. So I like going to the fire mode because this preset is basically meant for that hard type spins. So off the bat, I'm just going to have it all the way at 100 so I can know how it sounds like. And you pretty much just want to use these 3 knobs. And as well, you want to take advantage of the out and the in parameters. This is extremely crucial, as just using this alone will make your 808 sound crazy hard. But you also want to fine tune the effect on that 808, because the more you can customize your 808, the better you can come up with unique 808s. So first, I'm gonna mix the mix knob to get a quick sweet spot. And now I'm going to use this in knob and bring it up a couple of notches. And I'm going to do the same with the out knob. Next up, I'm going to use the filter, and there's a sweet spot in the filter that's my go-to for that spins type sound, and it's pretty much just going a little higher than 50. Kind of sounds like a spins, right? And then you basically just want to fine tune it with the color, even with the filter, basically achieving all different types of sounds in here. It really depends on what you want to go for, or just messing around with the plugin. You come up with a lot of different stuff. Now this is without it. This is with it. You can already tell off the bat it's hitting much harder. And I want to emphasize this, guys. Once you find something cool and dope within Vortex, I urge you guys to please save the presets. There's a little knob right here that you can save the preset. Go to save new preset, name whatever bank you want it, and just call it whatever. But essentially, you want to make sure you save the presets. As first, it makes your workflow a lot quicker. But most importantly, secondly, you have faster access to higher quality presets, especially for presets that you want to use to achieve a certain sound. So for example, in my user preset, I have a good amount of different presets in here, like the just move filter right here. All you got to do is just move the filter and you get different types of sounds. You see that, guys? The possibilities within Vortex is absolutely endless. Now, of course, you're not only limited to using 808s in Vortex. I especially love running Reese spaces through Vortex. Let me show you what I mean. So let's just take this Reese space right here. And let me show you what you can do with the respace within Vortex. So let's go to electric knob. So start off with the electric mode. And I really find it helpful messing around with the filter knob, especially when working with respaces. Even making small adjustments can create a totally new sound. So just watch this. Let's mess in with some color. You hear that? And now let's just choose a different mode. So we got the fire mode here. That one's fire. Look at that. I urge you guys to make sure you're using the in and out knob. Those are crucial when customizing and processing your 808s and respaces and whatever you want to. You can even run kicks through Vortex if you want your kicks to sound louder. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, with this especially, you really want to make sure you utilize the mix knob on the ultraviolet mode. Oh, that's like a custom kick. Or if you want to make the kick a little bit snappier, put the filter up more than halfway. As you get that, but you really want to mix in the mix knob. So within this, now we're basically getting into sound design with mixing and processing your 808s, kicks, Reese basses, whatever you want to run it through. I use this plugin all the time whenever I want to add more low end to my 808s or kicks, or want to add some grit, some low end, or just really want to make a weird sound. You can get a lot from just this one plugin. What I'm about to show you right now is 5 different types of versions of the same 808 that I've ran Vortex through. So essentially I have 5 instances of Vortex all running through the same 808, each processing a different sound. And this is just a quick beat that I made using Vortex on my 808s, just so you can see how crazy this plugin is when it comes to shaping your 808s and sound designing and processing. So I'm going to show you a little quick preview of each 808 running through Vortex. So we're using the same 808 here, 808 trial, and this is the first 808. This is the second 808. And this is the third one. All from one 808, by the way. And this is the fourth one. And lastly, we got the fifth one, probably the hardest one out of all of them. And like I said many times throughout the video, there's so much you can do within Vortex. It's absolutely crazy. With just one sound alone, you can turn it into 100 different sounding 808s. And like I said, it doesn't only work for 808s. You can use it for kicks, Reese's, even some drums. The possibilities are endless with this plugin. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys for today. If you guys want to check out Vortex, you guys can do so down below. I definitely recommend it, especially if you're into sound design. And yeah, that's essentially it. It's been Sway. I'll see you boys in the next one.